Hello and welcome to my channel. I have a small announcement. Welcome back and thanks for being here. My name is Scott, and if you've been watching my videos and paying attention to detail, then you're probably aware that I had been planning to attend and show my car at RARSfest in Raleigh, North Carolina. RARSfest is an indoor ham fest, and I enjoyed my visit there last year. I exhibited the car, and it was cool to show the car at an indoor venue. I'd actually showed the car there before at a Volkswagen show in the same venue, so it's a really good venue. I like it. There was one problem that I was kind of mitigating this year. I am aware, or I had been aware, that there's a solar eclipse the Monday after RARSfest. Trying to figure out, all right, I can do RARSfest and see the eclipse on my way to Texas. I had planned to go to Texas and hang out with my family. I hadn't seen them in a few years, and so I was going to do that. So there are all these things that I'm trying to manage and put together. And then I went to book my room for RARSfest. This is where several things come and collide into my plan to now not go to RARSfest. There is at least two big things going on in Raleigh the same weekend as RARSfest. One is the final home games for their professional hockey team. I think they're called the Hurricanes. Sorry, hockey people, I don't remember. So that's going to draw crowds. And there's also a huge music festival that's going to happen over that whole weekend, one of these multi-stage things, and huge crowds. So the hotel rooms that I could get for $133 today are going to cost $500 the weekend of RARSfest. So I had already made a plan. It's like, all right, I can deal with that. I will just stay an hour outside of town. The rooms over in Wilson and Rocky Mount, they're a little more reasonable. I'll do that. Then I started hearing some of these issues with the solar eclipse. And yeah, I guess I was a little naive about how this was going to work for me. I naively thought that, sure, I'll just drive toward Texas, and the Monday that the solar eclipse is going to happen, I'll just detour away from the interstate and go to this state park that's out of the way. It's got a good clear view of the sky. I'll get in there nice and early and do the eclipse and then continue on to Texas. Again, very naive. My brother had expressed, or he told me, that the local news and government down there are concerned about overcrowding. And now he's in a very small town, so basically you have all these people from outside of the path of the solar eclipse are going to come into every place that's inside the path. And their little town is concerned about being overrun by people buying up all the food, water, plugging up restrooms, whatever, gas. It sounds like it's going to be mayhem, and I wasn't sure how much of that was maybe overplayed. Then I heard somebody make a similar comment on a podcast elsewhere, and all right, let me call the park and see what they have to say about this. This park where I was planning to go, it's a state park. It's not a huge state park, but it's a state park, and it's off the beaten path. So I thought, this ought to be pretty safe. No, I guess not. They are expecting overcrowding. I don't remember what time they open their gates, but that day they're going to open the gates at 6 a.m. They're expecting there to be a line already, and they're expecting to have to turn away people relatively soon. And the eclipse doesn't even occur there until 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So that means if you're going to be eating lunch, you need to bring it with you. And I can do that. I've got the fridge back here, so I could pack something. But, oh, man, I just do not like anything about that whole situation. In my opinion, it sounds like the restrooms there are going to be a mess, crowded, lines going in and coming out, food problems, trash problems, parking lot crowding, people crowding, and then when it's time to leave, same thing, traffic trying to get out. The restaurants, I think, could be either booked up or just crowded, or know if they'd run out of food. It just seems so unlikely. Maybe they're prepared for this as well. I don't know. The whole idea of doing this on the road, just stamp a big no on there with a capital F. No, I'm not going to do it. So I called up my brother to say, hey, looks like I can make it there. Do you have room? He lives on 10 acres right in the middle of the path of the solar eclipse. And so it's going to be pretty fantastic, I think, to view the solar eclipse there. So I'm going to skip RARSfest. Unfortunately, I really wanted to go. I really did. But I'm going to skip RARSfest and probably on Thursday before RARSfest start heading to Texas. I want to be there and with the family and on private property well before any of this nonsense crowds and mess pick up for the solar eclipse. We'll do the solar eclipse on his property, nice and quiet and peaceful, with plenty of food on hand and working bathrooms. We'll do that and then probably not even leave the property until the next day. So, gosh, and I forgot to mention too, the hotels are already booking up and running the rates up. So I wanted to get all of my travel out of the way before that nonsense happens. So, yeah, I'm hoping to arrive in Texas probably Friday before the solar eclipse. Because I'm going to be in Texas a little earlier than previously planned, I think I'm going to make a visit to the HamFest in Belton, Texas. If you're from the area, then you already know about it. So Belton, Texas, HamFest, I will be there. I will not be taking an exhibition setup with the car, but the car will be there. Some people might recognize it. And maybe I'll run into a few people that either I know them or they're aware of me. So, and I'm going to try to take my dad too, give him a little taste of ham radio culture. It might bore him. It might bore us both because I do enjoy the exhibition of a ham fest, and I do enjoy the walkthrough of the flea market and maybe a few presentations, but I don't fully immerse myself in the ham fest, if that makes sense. I don't look at every little thing. So I don't know how long I'm going to spend. It depends on who I see and how things go. So, all right, that's the news for me. Let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to post below or visit my website. Send me an email if you want to meet up or something like that, and I will answer. As always, I appreciate you being here, and I will see you next time. Take care.